So hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about nakshatras and their outlooks. Okay. Hope I am audible. Okay, am I audible? Yes. So you have to compare what I say right now with the previous part 1 and part 2, because over here I am going to give you basic idea about the structure of face, some of the tips of people, how they would react and how they would act in particular nakshatra. Okay, and remember, we are not talking about the moon nakshatra or the sun nakshatra. We are talking about the ascendant nakshatra. Okay, which means the nakshatra of the rising sign, the lagna nakshatra, the first house nakshatra, and it is going to describe how you might be looking. Okay, what is the fat deposition in your body, what is your overall outlook. Sometimes it also shows some of your habits. Okay, so these are all basic categories and classification which I am going to talk about, and you have to compare this with the previous two videos to understand and have a clear deep idea about a person. Okay, so in the first two videos I have explained more about the face reading. Okay, what kind of face is having what kind of characteristics. So I am not going to repeat everything in all the 27 nakshatras right now. Okay, I am just going to say that the person is having this kind of characteristics. What that characteristics mean is given in the first and second video. So all those who haven't seen the first and second video, I would say that please go and watch the first and second video, because this is the continuation of that video. Okay, that is why I have listed this video in the playlist of face reading through nakshatras. Okay, so we'll start from one nakshatra one by one, and I am not going to go into very deep, because I am going to make specific videos about specific nakshatras. This is the only video where I am going to introduce basics about every nakshatras. Okay, and these basics you have to compare with the basics of the face reading. Okay, so the first two videos are the basics of face reading. This video is the basic of nakshatra and face reading. Okay, and when we complete a huge all types of courses like the about sun, moon, planets, houses, everything, after that I will again upload some videos into this playlist which is going to be advanced nakshatra personality reading or advanced nakshatra face reading. Okay, in that I will explain that supposingly the right eye is moon, sun, and the left eye is moon, or the right eye or the eyebrows represents which planet. Okay, then the beard represents what. Okay, that we'll understand very later, because it is going to make a very hectic thing and all the complex thing. It is going to take it is really going to be a mess. Okay, if I merge everything and give it to you, it's like I am giving you a dosa, an idli, paneer sabji, and a naan, and a tandoori chicken, and Chinese bhel, and hakka noodles, and soup, and dal, and everything in one place and in one plate mixed together. And I don't want to do that. So I'll go step by step, and we'll eat something slowly and slowly. Okay, because that is knowledge. You can't have it everything at once. If you have it, it doesn't taste good. So starting from one nakshatra to another. Okay, remember we are talking about ascendant nakshatras. Okay, the nakshatra of the lagna, ascendant nakshatra. So starting with the Ashwini nakshatra in the sign Aries. Okay, it is ruled by Ketu. Now what is Ketu? Ketu is the south node of moon. Okay, plus it also denotes the lower part of your body. So people with ascendant nakshatra Ketu, they would be having bulk of muscles in their lower part of the body. Okay, their neck might not be too long. Okay, they might have a thin neck. Okay, sorry, not long but thick. Okay, they might have thin neck. They wouldn't have a very thick neck. Okay, so Ashwini nakshatra people might have thin neck. Okay, Then their cerebral or head part is very big. Preferably their prefrontal cortex. Okay, this prefrontal hemisphere. Okay, this part is very big. Okay, they would also be spontaneous in reaction. Okay, they would react very fast. Okay, and they would have a very good ability to tone their muscles. Okay, they would be having very good calf muscles. Okay, they would also be having a bulk of muscles over on their triceps. Okay, they would be having very big hands. Okay, so fat deposition and muscle deposition will be very good below the shoulders, and neck would be thin. Okay, and they would be fast in response. Okay, they would respond everything very quickly. Plus, they would be having a very beautiful face. Okay, the face would be beautiful, although it might not be very big. Okay, they might have that oblong face. Okay, oblong face or triangular face. It is very rarely possible that a person having an Ashwini Nakshatra in Lagna is having a round face, until and unless there is Jupiter in the Lagna. Otherwise, they won't be having a round face. Okay. And they would be having large eyes, big eyes, like this. Okay, very big eyes. I'm not saying eyeballs, I'm saying eyes. The eyes would be very big. And the nails would be very small, the length of the nails. Okay, if you see, there are many people who are having very short nails. Okay, if you see their hands, their nails are very short, very half of that of mine. Okay, they would be having very short nails and very big eyes. And they would be having this habit to walk fast. Okay, you would never see that Ashwini Nakshatra people who are doing this, what we say in Hindi. In Hindi we say tehel, okay, tehelna. They are not that kind of people. They always want to walk fast. They are always walking fast. They are not like relaxed walking. It is very tough to see them relaxed walking. Okay. So these are Ashwini Nakshatra people. Now, yes, and their forehead would be very big. Okay. Okay, even bigger than mine. Okay, they might have a very big forehead. Okay, even bigger than mine. And their nose will be very small. Right? See, my forehead is big, but my nose is not very small. So I am not a Ashwini Nakshatra. Okay. So see, you have to compare different characteristics, because see, there will be 2 to 3 nakshatras where the forehead is big, but then we have to see the other part. Okay, now forehead is big, but is the nose small? No, nose is big. So this is not a Ashwini Nakshatra Lagna person. Okay. So then talking about big forehead, small nose. Okay. Now coming to Bharini Nakshatra. Bharini Nakshatra is ruled by Venus. It is again in Aries. Okay. And Venus is the planet of beauty and curves. Okay. Even Moon is responsible to give very good curves. Okay. And Venus is responsible to give very bright skin. Okay. So it is possible the person is having very bright skin. First of all, I am not saying about complexion. See, complexion is a total different thing. Okay. Even black people have a bright black skin, and some people have a very dull skin. Okay. So dull skin is the lack of vitamin C, and all the nakshatras which are ruled by Venus. And if someone is having that nakshatra in the Lagna, they would be having very good amount of vitamin C in their body. And this vitamin C would obviously make them bright. Their skin tone is going to shine. Okay. So next thing they are going to have is the neck is also big. Okay, Venus is the sign of neck. Okay. If the person is having very big neck, okay, very big neck, it is possible that the Lagna Lord is Venus, because Venus is obviously in very big neck. Okay. In the Ashwini I said it was thin. In the Bharini I am saying it is big. Okay, the length is big. Like this must be. Okay, if you see someone who would be having very big neck, 1.5 times what is my neck. Okay, like this till over here. Okay, and neck is also the sign of beauty. Okay, neck is the sign of beauty. And Venus is all about beauty. Okay, neck is sign of beauty. That is where people give love bites. Okay, because that is the point of attraction. Okay, what else is the point of attraction? What else we give compliments of? We give the compliments of eyes. Okay, don't be saying that, oh, you have very beautiful eyes. Okay, so eyes also represents Venus. So people born in Bharini Nakshatra are having beautiful eyes. Okay, beautiful eyes. It can also be the shape of eyes. It can also be the color of eyes. It can also be the see upturned eyes. Okay, whatever kind of eyes. I am not saying eyebrows. I am saying eyes. Eyebrows again goes into Mars. Eyes. Eyes are very beautiful, and neck is very long. Okay, it is also possible that a person is having a beauty spot on their neck, somewhere in the neck. Okay. So this was Bharini Nakshatra. Plus, they would be having less hairs. Okay, it is a chance that these people will have earlier hair fall in their life, or they would be having this habit of keeping short hairs. Okay, they don't like very long hairs. Okay, it's their personal tendency. Okay, they don't like very long hairs. Less is more, minimal. Okay, that is why Venus is a planet is also a minimalistic planet. Okay, why? It is minimal. Okay, it is very small. Even though it is the brightest in the sky. Okay. Then talking about Kritika Nakshatra. Kritika Nakshatra is ruled by Sun in Aries and Mars in Taurus. Okay, as we all know that every sign has 3 nakshatras, and the third nakshatra is half in the previous sign and half in the next sign. So that is how 27 nakshatras are placed in 12 zodiacs. Okay, this is one zodiac. In that there are 3 nakshatras, 1, 2 and 2.5. Half is in this zodiac, half is in another zodiac. So Kritika Nakshatra, the half zodiac which is in Aries is ruled by Venus, and half nakshatra which is it is in Aries is ruled by Sun, and which is in Taurus is ruled by Mars. Okay, half is ruled by Sun and half is ruled by Mars. So if the person is having Kritika Nakshatra in Aries, okay, then see the overall characteristics of this nakshatra is going to be dual. Okay, so you would see half of the characteristics of this nakshatra in both. Okay, even the lagna is ascendant is Kritika Nakshatra of Taurus or the Kritika Nakshatra of Aries. You would find half of these characteristics in any of the person. Okay, depending on the position of their Sun and Mars. If Sun is more powerful, you would see more characteristics related to Sun. If Mars is more powerful, you will see more characteristics related to Mars. But if Mars is there and which is powerful, okay, then you will see all the characteristics because Mars is exalted in Aries. Okay. So talking about Kritika Nakshatra. In Kritika Nakshatra, you would say the middle structure of the body is prominent. Okay, so the middle structure. They might be having their hands might be small. Okay, by small I mean a kind of thin. Okay, they won't be having very big of this fat deposition on their hands or legs. Okay, their limbs, but they would be having the fat deposition on their chest and belly. Okay, and the pelvis. Okay, they would be having very good butts also. So the middle structure would be very good. Apart from that, their neck would be very prominent. It means that neck would be thick. Okay, thick neck. I am not saying no neck. There is a difference between no neck and thick neck. If there is no neck, the neck is over here. Okay, and there is no neck but thick neck. No, thick neck, presence of neck. Okay, the neck is present but neck is thick. Okay, so a thick neck is, see, my neck is not thick and neither thick because it starts from the ending of, if I see directly, okay, directly like this in the camera. Okay, so now if you see, if my jawline, the half of my jawline is from where my neck is starting, okay, from here, then I will be seen as a thin neck person. Okay, see, this is my jawline. Okay, both the side. I will take the center of my jawline. Okay, and if I see the center of my jawline, this is my neck. Okay, if my neck would be this thin, then I would be into a thin neck person, and it is more likely that I would be a Ashwini Nakshatra ascendant. Okay, but see, my neck is thicker than this. Okay, my neck is from 3/4 of my jawline. Okay, see, so it is neither thick neither thin, right? But people who are having very thick neck, for what I am saying in the Kritika Nakshatra, they might be having this neck from their earlobe. Okay, so if you see over here, from here, some people would be having neck from here to here. Okay, so if they see directly towards you, and if you see the neck, the width of the neck is very big till the earlobe. Okay, from earlobe the neck is starting, if you see from far away, but in the 90 degree, perpendicular to them. Okay, and neck is starting from here at the end of jawline. Okay, and the neck is very big, then it is the chance that they are of Kritika Nakshatra. They would be having very big shoulders. Okay, shoulders are very big because see, Kritika Nakshatra is ruled by Sun and Mars, and both these planets are a burden keeper of you. Okay, Sun is also taking the burden of the solar system, and Mars is also taking the burden of heat and the birth of yours. Okay, it is said that you are born with the Martian energy. Okay, so you have taken birth over here with the energy of Mars. So that is why Mars is what is carrying your previous karmas, your debts, and Mars is also carrying the purpose of your life. Getting it? So what next? Yes, they also have this sympathetic eyes. Okay, I will leave this pen, otherwise I will keep playing with it. They would be having this sympathetic eyes. Okay, sorry. So you know sympathetic eyes like this. I can't have a sympathetic eyes. Okay, why? Because sympathetic eyes are very big. My eyes are not very big, my eyes are narrow. Okay, so they would be having the sympathetic eyes, which means also their eyeballs are big and also their eyes are big. Okay, and the shoulders are naturally big. Okay, and the bodily strength is also good of Kritika Nakshatra. Really good. Okay, their bone strength is good. It is very likely that you would see the person is having this calcium problem in their body. Okay, so if you are born in Kritika Nakshatra, it is very less likely that you would have any kind of calcium issues. Okay, body would be strong in terms of calcium. Okay. Next, coming to Rohini Nakshatra. As you all know, Rohini Nakshatra is owned by Moon in the sign of Taurus, and Rohini was the most beautiful of all 27 nakshatras. If you don't know the story of nakshatras, please see the video of my moon. Okay, see the video in the playlist of Navgraha Katha, and there it is moon. The moon lord married 27 girls of Daksh. Okay, and those 27 girls are 27 nakshatras, constellations. Okay, among them the most beautiful one is Rohini. Okay, which is in Taurus. Okay, so this nakshatra is ruled by moon. So obviously the person with ascendant nakshatra Rohini would be very beautiful. Plus, because of the moon, it is also possible the person is having white complexion. Okay, they must be fair. Okay. It is also possible they have these curly hairs. Okay. And it is also ruled by Venus. Taurus is also ruled by Venus. Okay, Taurus is ruled by Venus, but this nakshatra is ruled by moon. And moon and Venus is giving good water balance in their body. When the water balance is very good, see, look closely, vitamin C is also good, water is also good. So what is good? Skin is good, and with skin the hairs are good. So hairs will be very thick. Okay, it is also possible that over here the growth of hair is more. Okay, whether it is women or man. Okay, and over here also. Okay, so at the side of foreheads. Okay, and the side of ears. Okay, there are hairs. So they will be having very thick hairs. Good water balance in their body, bright skin, fair complexion, and they would be slim, and physically they might be a bit short. Okay, it is not like they would be very tall. Okay, their height might be very average height. Okay, because see, it is also said that very tall girls also don't look very good. Okay, so Rohini was perfect in the sense, and a perfect girl should be in a very average height. Okay, very tall girls don't look very good. Okay, I am not criticizing tall girls. Okay, I personally admire tall girls, but the moon doesn't like tall girls. Okay, the moon doesn't like a girl who is taller than him. Sun obviously likes tall girls. So it is also possible that they might have a good fat deposition in their body. Okay, they might they have slim physique. Okay, but they are not skinny. The physique is slim. That means the curves are very good. Okay, no matter it is a boy or a girl, they might be having very good curves. If there is a boy, they will also have very good curves. They will have good muscle toning. If they work out, go in gym, they will have very toned muscles. Okay, curvy muscles. There are different bulky muscle and curvy muscle. These are with curvy muscles, and they would have this attractive magnetic eyes. Okay, Kritika Nakshatra people. Okay, they would have very attractive eyes. I am not saying beautiful eyes, but very attractive eyes. Okay, you can glance in their eyes and you can get lost. Okay. Those are Kritika Nakshatra people. And if you see, the magnetic force will be very high because she was the only nakshatra who was able to pull moon. Okay. So even though moon married 27 girls, moon was biased towards Rohini because her magnetic pull was very good. Okay, so it is also possible that your body is attracting very opposite person gender people. Okay, it is also possible, and it is your bodily vibes which is pulling them. Okay, and they would be having this round face. Okay, good round face. Round face, very good. As I already told in my first and second part of face reading. Okay, so they would be having this round face and very good charm. Okay. Now after coming to Ashwini, Rohini, Kritika, now we go to Mrigasira, who is owned by Mars. Okay, Mrigasira Nakshatra is owned by Mars, and it is also in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. So it is also in partly Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. So half of the nakshatra is in Taurus, half of the nakshatra is in Gemini. Now the peculiar part of this is see, Venus and Mars. Venus gets debilitated in Virgo, which is the ruler of Mars. Okay. Because Venus is something like beauty and Mars is something like intellect. Okay. So these person are a merger. They are a merger of good communication skills and bad beauty, or they are a merger of good beauty and bad communication skills. Okay. Because see, they don't go hand in hand. Okay. So the first thing you would notice about Mrigashira Nakshatra ascendant is either one of them is missing. Either it is good communication and less beauty, or it is more beauty and less communication. Okay. Exceptionally, yesterday, exceptionally, if Mercury and Venus are in Parivartan Yoga, okay, there are always exceptions, but these are the basic category. Okay. Apart from that, they would be having tall body. Okay. So Mrigashira is always tall. And they would be very good in intuition. Okay, their intuition is the best among all 27 nakshatras. Mrig, what is a mrig? Mrig is a deer. And deer instincts, from which Kasturi is made. So deer instinct, you cannot cut down deer's instinct. Very powerful instincts. Okay, even a tiger cannot cut down deer's instinct. Okay, so there is only one animal who is more intuitive than a tiger. It is not lion, it is a deer. Because a deer can cheat a tiger. See, lion is going to attack from front. Okay, he is going to come and shout and do this roaring sound. So opponent will always get discouraged. Okay, and he will lose half of the strength in fear, and then the lion will attack. But tigers are always going to be a sudden attacker. Okay, they will suddenly come, grab you, and eat you. You wouldn't even know when they came and when they ate you. Okay, so they are like you are just going here and there, and suddenly a tiger comes from nowhere. You're gone. Okay. But there is also one animal who can cheat tiger. That is deer. Even a slightest movement, even one leaf is moving and there is a sound of distinguished leaf movement, and deer would have this, and the deer would have these ears. Okay, their ears will again move up and down. Yes, something is there, and the deer is able to cheat the tiger because deer instincts. They are very good instincts. So the people are going to have very, very, very good instincts if they are going to have ascendant lord, ascendant nakshatra, Mrigashira. Okay. And tall body, as I said, the complexion would be moderate, but the legs would be thin. Okay, think about a deer, thin legs, very good in the art of jumping. Okay, they would be having this gymnastic body. Okay, just like a deer, and they would never smell. Okay, it is very rare that they would be have this sweaty body. Okay, if that person is having sweaty body, if they are having sweat every time, okay, I am sure they are not of Mrigashira nakshatra. Okay, very less sweat, very, very less sweat. Okay. And females of this nakshatra are very beautiful. Apart, the complexion may be very fair and maybe very dark. They are of wheatish complexion, but the beauty of cows, beauty of the face, beauty of the maker, of how they are made, they will be very beautiful. So beautiful people who are of mid-tone, okay, wheatish type tone, are from Mrigashira nakshatras. Very good, very intuitive person, and nobody can cheat their intuitions. Okay. Next is Adra nakshatra, which is ruled by Rahu, and that comes in Gemini. Okay. So first of all, it is a dangerous nakshatra. Adra nakshatra is connected with Andromeda galaxy in many of the scriptures and many different things. Okay. Plus Gemini is the air sign. The ruler of Gemini is Mercury. And this nakshatra is ruled by Rahu. Rahu and Mercury are not very good friends. See, not very good friends. Because what is Rahu? Rahu is the materialistic desire. What is Mercury? Mercury is something that is taking you to spirituality. Getting my point? So, this Adra nakshatra is developing opposite force into them. Okay, the opposite force will be very high. Which means that you would kind of be pulled among what to do, either this or either that. Okay, so the Adra nakshatra is second thing is also they might also do show off it because it is in air sign. So air sign has a tendency to go up and up. Okay, it is very, we say in Hindi that wo hua hoy, because they are air signs and they are always in air. Okay, and the nose will be a peculiar nose. Okay, the nose will be peculiar, and rest all the function would be very, very, very different. Okay, it is very hard to spot a Adra nakshatra lagna person. Why? Because there are variations. Okay, see the Rahu is giving variations. Okay, even Mercury is giving different variation in the self. Okay, so Rahu present in the Mercury sign, this nakshatra is very peculiar and very unpredictable. Okay, so apart from that permanent nose, okay, the nose would be very stiff nose. Okay, very stiff nose. Like they would be, even though they talk, they laugh. Okay, see when I smile. Okay, so normally if I smile, okay, this, you can see a big change in my nose structure. Okay, if I smile, if I laugh, okay, if I'm sad. Okay. So if you see a person laughs, gives a big smile, Okay, it makes a different kind of expression, but their nose is not changing, a permanent nose which is having a very stiff nose. Okay, even the nostrils are very small, which are not changing. Okay, even though they are talking like this. Okay, even though when they talk, okay, their nostrils are not changing. Okay, the stiff nose, it is a sign of Adra Nakshatra. Apart from the stiff nose, rest all the features are changing. Okay, all the features will change, because it is impossible to predict a person born in Rahu Nakshatra. Okay, because Rahu wants this secrecy. Rahu is secrecy. Is all the hidden things is Rahu. All kinds of hidden things. So a person with a prominent Rahu is made up of all kind of hidden things. Okay, all occult sciences, all hidden things. Okay, so Rahu is hidden thing. Rahu wants to stay hidden. Okay, so the characteristics won't be classified except the nose. Okay, the nose will be stiff. Apart from that, everything of the face might go variant. Okay, so it is very hard to project a Adra Nakshatra person. Plus, it is yes, they might be having these charming eyes, because Rahu always puts charm of himself by the eyes. Okay, the most dangerous thing you do is watching the eyes of Rahu, because the eyes are very charming. It is from the eyes that Rahu captures everything. Okay, so it is dangerous to look into Rahu's eyes, but Rahu's eyes are so charming that it pulls the attention of everyone. Rahu wants attention. Okay, so Rahu's eyes will pull attention of everyone. Now, talking to the next nakshatra. Next nakshatra is our Punarvasu nakshatra. Punarvasu nakshatra is owned by Jupiter, and it is in the sign of partly Gemini and partly Cancer. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, Cancer is ruled by Moon. Okay, and what is the meaning of Punarvasu? Cut the part. Punar Vasu. Punar is again. Vasu is element. Okay, Vasu is also 8 Vasus. Okay, Vasu is also Vasudeva. If you see the moon of either Lord Krishna or Lord Ram was born under Punarvasu nakshatra. Okay, because Punarvasu nakshatra is the nakshatra of rebirth. Okay, so first of all, this Punarvasu nakshatra is in the Lagna. It means that your body was not capable to attain moksha in the last birth, which means you died a very bad death in the last life. Okay, your body was tormented near your death. Okay, it was like weak and tormented, and the soul couldn't go out from the head. That is why it went from the mouth. Okay, so when the soul goes out from the head, it is moksha. When the soul goes out from the mouth, okay, it means the body is not capable, the spine is not capable to attain moksha. That is why the soul is going out from the mouth. And it is what created a problem, and that is why you are born under the ascendant lord of Punarvasu nakshatra. Now, what are these Punarvasu nakshatra type? See, first of all, the lord of nakshatra is Jupiter, and if it is in Gemini, it is conjunct with the lord Mercury, and if it is in Cancer, the lord is Moon. Okay, but let's talk about the common characteristics. See, first of all, ear, throat and shoulder blades will be very, very prominent. Okay, so you will see the ears will be very prominent. Okay, like this, they will be like this. Okay, ears will be very big ears, either from up or from sides. Okay, or from down. Okay, you would see their ears. Okay, the first glance you see on their face, and you can see big ears. Plus, you would see shoulder blades. Okay, what are shoulder blades? Okay, these are shoulder blades. This shoulder blades will be very, very prominent. Okay, these bones, very prominent shoulder blades. They are nervous, and it is possible that they are having a beauty spot on their face and also behind their face. Okay, either behind the face or on their face somewhere. Along with that, they would be having this, what you say, how can I describe a lone? Lone face is someone like, see the face of a loner, okay, see the face of a loner. It is they would have very less expressions on it, okay. See the face of Shiva, when the Shiva's face is scripted, you would not see any kind of expression when Shiva is Murti. If you see Vishnu, Vishnu is smiling. If you see Brahma, Brahma is laughing. Okay. But Shiva is paused. Okay. Because Shiva is a loner. Okay. See, no expression. And even when I am not smiling, see, you can still see the curve over here. Okay. You can see this upper cheeks getting separated. The person with a Punarvasu nakshatra in that, what do you say, ascendant, they would have this planar face, okay. No, there is no big upper cheeks, no big lower cheeks, okay. Even the chin is not outside or inside, okay. So, and the nose is also not very big, right? Planar face and poker face, kind of. And they will be having some beauty marks on the face. Okay. After Punarvasu nakshatra is Pushya nakshatra. Pushya nakshatra is very good. Because Pushya nakshatra is also under Cancer. Now, Pushya nakshatra people are always bright in complexion and they are very, very beautiful, very charming. With their outlook, yes, always charming, I can guarantee you. A person born in ascendant lord of nakshatra, Pushya nakshatra, the person is always charming. Okay, definitely charming. And because it is owned by Saturn and it is ruled by Moon. So Moon always cleanses Saturn. Saturn is the dark energy. And Moon is cleansing the dark energy. Okay. So they would be having very good tone. Very, very good tone. They might be having some kind of skin issues or skin disease, but that is okay. They can tackle it out with if they are having good sun position or the aspect of sun is very good on the Lagna. Or even with the Mars, they can tackle it out. But it is still a very less prominent thing about skin disease. What is more prominent is how they are going to look. And we can say, they would be having good power over their lungs. Their stomach will be very powerful. Okay, the digestive system is powerful. And the rib cage. Rib cage is also very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. And if you see, they might be having some scar on their face, but they generally be bright. Okay, and mostly they would be having this square face. Okay, we talked about the curves. Okay, so they would be having this square face. Plus, their eyebrows would not be very thin and not be very thick. They would be medium eyebrows. And if they are a male, okay, they would grow a very good mustache. Okay, like this, their mustache will be very good. And if they are female, okay, they would be having very good chin. Okay, chin will be very good. Even their nose will be very small and sweet nose. Okay, not very big nose, big nostrils. No. Sweet, small nose. Okay. So it is giving them beauty. It is also giving them bright complexion. Okay, because Saturn and Moon is giving variance, but this variance is still there in a few aspects. Okay, their what you say, the eyebrows. Their eyebrows and their eyes, the distance between their eyes and eyebrows. Okay, it also defines the confidence of somebody. Sometimes, okay. So reliability and confidence. Okay. So the distance between their eyebrows and eyes would be sufficiently good. Okay. It is very lessly seen that the distance is very less. Okay. This is very good. Okay. After it comes the ninth nakshatra, which is Aslesha nakshatra. It is also owned by Mercury, and it is in Cancer, which is ruled by Moon. Now, if you know the story of Mercury and Moon, they both are very fighting planets. Because Mercury is someone who was born illegitimate from Tara, the wife of Jupiter, and his father was Moon. Okay. So you would see a great variance in the bodily effects, the bodily tendency of this person. Okay. First of all, you will see the spinal cord and heart would be very loud. Okay, in the later age, it is more likely that they become this rounded, okay, shrouded person. But that's in the older age. Apart from that, if you see, these people would be having very good spinal cord, and with the spinal cord, they would be having very good of what you say, uh, joints. Joints would be very good. Rounded shoulders. Okay, the shoulder. If you see the round shoulders. Okay, round shoulders. Very good round shoulders. And if you see their elbows, the elbows will be very prominent. Okay, these elbows are very prominent. Okay, bigger than mine. Okay, bigger elbows, round elbows and big elbows. Okay. And it is also possible that the chin is flat chin like this, not like this. Like this, flat chin. And talking about the nature, I would not talk about this nature because Aslesha would take me very long if I am going to start to explain Aslesha. It is somewhat the combination of Mercury, which is intellect, and also the moon, that is mind. So what they would be speaking is what is there in their mind. So they would do all kind of miscommunication, and they would do blunders and speaking out wrong things at wrong time sometimes, and that will create unnecessary trouble. Okay. So let's not talk about Aslesha Nakshatra in deep. After that comes Magha Nakshatra. Magha Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu, and it is in Leo, which is ruled by Sun. Ketu's Nakshatra in the lordship of Sun. Okay, first of all, what you see? Sun is heat. So the complexion is obviously going to be a bit dark. And there would be less fat deposition in the body. Okay, less fat deposition. Not very thick or not very fat. Okay, kind of thin. Okay, possibly very thin. Then if you see, they would have this prominent neck. Okay, their neck would be very big. And their body would be hairy. They would have lots of hairs in their body. Okay, even if they're male or female, doesn't matter. But they would, the hair growth would be certainly good, because see, Ketu also represents squamous glands. Squamous glands are the glands that are responsible for the skin function, and Sun also represents the adrenal glands. Okay, so when the adrenal gland and squamous glands are very much connected, they give out a good type of what you say, not good type, but good hair length or growth. Sorry, growth. The growth hormone of the hairs will be very good. So apart from that, they would be having moles in their hands or beneath their shoulders. Okay, either inside their hands or inside their shoulder blades. Plus, the females will be having very long hairs. Okay, very long hairs. If Ketu is in Magha Nakshatra. Because see, Sun is your head. Now your head is afflicted with the energy of Ketu. Ketu is again your beard. Ketu is again your hairs. So Sun is getting powerful force of your squamous gland, giving out very long hairs. Okay. So if it is, the body is ruled by Magha Nakshatra, Ketu, who is the ruler of Magha Nakshatra, is present in the sign of Leo, and the person will have very long hairs and sometimes moles in their hands and their shoulder blades also. Now, talking about the next nakshatra is Purva Falguni Nakshatra. And talking about Purva Falguni Nakshatra, it is owned by Venus and it is present in Leo. So, see, first of all, again, Venus Nakshatra. Venus is again beauty. See, Venus is beauty, so it is going to make person beautiful in one or the another way. And now this Venus Nakshatra is in the Sun, and Sun is the head. So these people would be having very, very good face. But just because of Sun over here, they would be having very less deposition of fat. So the face would be very good, but they would not be it would not be a round face. Okay. It is possible that they might be having a rectangular face or an oblong face or a triangular face, but not a round face. Strictly not a round face, but a very good face. Okay. And apart from that, they would be having a very, very, very attractive personality, because it is owned by Venus, But you see, there is one peculiar thing about Venus when it comes along with Sun. Sun is hot, and in the planets, Venus is hot. Some people say Venus is cool. No, Venus is a ball of air. I agree, but it is made up of a very hot air. That is why Venus is very hot, even hotter than Mars. So what does it need? It needs water. Okay. So lack of water can create problems and wrinkles in the old age. Okay. And apart from wrinkles, it is going to give you a dark complexion. And with sun, see, when sun is very higher, okay, it is going to take your height away. Okay. So they might also be short. Their height might be a bit shorter. Okay. They might be a bit short. Medium, average, not very long, and dark complexion, obviously. Now, next nakshatra is Uttar Falguni nakshatra, which is owned by the sun in Leo and also in Virgo. Okay. So now see, these people are really the sun, the king of the bodies, okay, the king of the face. So normally they are very tall, they are very fat. If you see the story of Fat King, because see, the king is sitting like this in their life. Everything is coming and going, and they are just doing good decision makers. They are just saying what to do, what not to do, and everything is happening on their own. Okay. So first of all, they will be like relaxed personality. Okay. Fat belly. Okay. The chest would be very good, but from their chest, their belly would be very good. Okay. And totally relaxed like this. Okay. With this, they will be having very large nose. Okay, the nose might be very large, even larger than mine. My nose is not very small, but you can see you can see even more bigger nose person than me. Okay, just because of this rounded nose. Consider the nose is not round like this, but flattened like this. Okay, so the nose will be very big and very large. In case of females will be having these moles on the right hand. Okay, if the female is having moles on the right hand, they might be of this nakshatra. Their body might be of this nakshatra. And medium height. Females would be of medium height, but male would be of a very tall height. Okay. Females would be having very big breasts, and males would be having very big belly. Okay, this is sign of king. Okay, king of female, king of male. Okay, big heart chakra, big Jupiter. And now talking about the next nakshatra is Hasta nakshatra. Hasta nakshatra is ruled by moon, and it is in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is again a sign of Mercury. Okay, so just like we calculated over there and here, moon and Mercury gives opposite things in the body. Okay, so in this case, the body will be tall, but they would be thin. Okay, they would be tall but thin, and with tall and thin, they would be having very short hands. Okay, so if the person is very tall but hands are very small, okay, very small, half of that of mine. Okay, like this, small hands, long body, tall body, small hands, and complexion is a mixed complexion and but complexion can be vary from person to person of this Hasta nakshatra ascendant, but it is very sure that if a female is born under Hasta nakshatra, they would be having a very beautiful figure, they would be having a very beautiful curves, they would be having very beautiful expressions on their face. That is why if you see around 7 out of 10 models, actresses are born under the ascendant of Hasta nakshatra. because it is in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is what we say Virgo in Hindi, Kanya. Okay. So Hasta Nakshatra is giving a very beautiful body. Okay, and that is why most of the actresses are born under the ascendant or the leadership of Hasta Nakshatra. Yes, they might also have, and if a man is born under this nakshatra or a male is born under this nakshatra, they might have a scar on their face. Okay. Now, after Hasta comes the nakshatra of Libra, that is Chitra nakshatra. See, Chitra nakshatra is ruled by Mars. It is half in the Virgo and it is half in the Leo. Half nakshatra is in Virgo and it is also in the half nakshatra in Libra. Chitra is ruled by Mars in Virgo and it is ruled by Mercury in Libra. If the Chitra of Virgo is considered, the ruler is Mars. If Chitra of Libra is considered, the ruler is Mercury. Now see, the natural lord of Virgo is Mercury. So it happens the Mercury Mars Milan. Okay. And the natural lord of Libra is Venus. So it happens a Mercury Venus Milan. In this case, Mercury Mars is a Shatrunash yoga. In this case, the person would be having very, very good physique. They can be a very good wrestler, very good muscle toning, good fat deposition. Okay, great physique, great strength. Okay, their masculine strength is also very good. Females would be very high and tough. Okay, they might be tomboys. If a female is born under Chitra Nakshatra ascendant of Virgo, they can be a tomboy. Okay. And talking about Chitra Nakshatra of Libra, then it becomes the milan of Mercury and Venus. In this case, their throat will be very beautiful. Okay, they might be having some moles on their throats. Okay, moles or beauty spots. Okay, plus they might also have this kind of very good jawline. Okay, the jawline becomes very good when the Mercury and Venus are together. Okay, they give very good jawline. Their body is very lean, average body, and they might be also tall. Okay. It is very lessly seen that the Chitra Nakshatra people are very short. Okay, they won't be dwarf. They won't, certainly they won't be dwarf. Certainly, and they would be fleshy. You see, fleshy. Like, I'm not saying fat body, but they would be having this chubby body. Okay, the person like, so everyone is pulling your cheeks. Okay, chunk body. And natural, they have this ability to make their hairs go longer, but if they take care of their hairs, okay, Mercury is giving them good hairs only if they take care. It is not like the previous nakshatra where I say that Sun and Ketu is giving them long hairs. Over here, the hairs can be long if you take care of them. If you don't take care, they won't be long. Because Mercury needs pampering. You need to pamper Mercury very much. And next nakshatra is Swati nakshatra. Swati nakshatra is ruled by Rahu. Okay, in Rahu, Swati nakshatra ruled by Rahu. In Libra is ruled by Venus. So now it becomes Rahu sitting in Venus. So again, as I said, Rahu wants attraction. Okay, and Libra is the sign of Venus. Venus is a very good attention seeker. Okay, everyone watches Venus as the evening star, as a morning star. Nobody is there, Venus is there. Okay. So first of all, you need to see at the feet of this person. People with Swati nakshatra are having very good feet. They will be having very good neat ankles. Okay, the shape of the feet is also very good. The shape of the thumbs and fingers are also very good. Okay, the feet would neither be like this triangular. Okay, they would be this rectangle feet. In this era, people wear shoes from their very childhood age. Okay, so it is possible that their feet might be compressed because of shoes. But apart from that, if that is not the case, they would be having very beautiful feet. So this was the Swati Nakshatra. And see again, the Rahu needs attention. Okay, so they might be wearing very bright clothes. Okay, they like bright clothes, bright colors. Okay, they don't like dull colors. Okay, Rahu hates dull colors, and especially with Venus, it will hate dull colors because it needs attention. And also because of not attention, it needs brightness in their life. Okay, so they don't like very dull colors. Okay, dull colors. They like bright colors. I'm not saying very bright colors like very bright yellow, but yes, bright colors. Okay. Like this blue. This blue is not very dark, even though it is not dull, but it is bright. Okay, a peculiar choice of Venus. Okay, Libra. I am also Libra. Choice of Venus. Next is Vishakha Nakshatra. Now Vishakha Nakshatra is owned by Jupiter. The half of the Vishakha Nakshatra is placed in Libra and half of the Vishakha Nakshatra is placed in Scorpio. And Vishakha Nakshatra of Jupiter is Vishakha Nakshatra of Libra is ruled by Jupiter, and Vishakha Nakshatra of Scorpio is ruled by Venus. And which is the natural lord of Scorpio? It is Mars. Okay, so Mars has the nakshatra who is governed by Venus, and Jupiter nakshatra is governed by Mars or Venus of Libra. So talking about this Vishakha nakshatra characteristics as an ascendant lord, okay, not as a moon lord, sun lord, as an ascendant lord. As an ascendant lord, they would be having all this round face, bright face. Okay. Again, round face and bright face all together. Okay. They would be having very steep eyebrows. Okay, very steep. By steep, I don't mean thin and thick. I mean they would be having this curve. Okay, it won't be straight. They would be having this curvy eyebrows. And apart from this, they would have this long, lean structure. Okay, the body will be very lean. Like they won't have this very big belly. If it is a female, they won't have this very big breasts. Okay, lean body. Everything is average because it is Libra and starting of Scorpio. Libra is again balance. Okay, so everything is moderate and average. The next thing is, but see, Swati women are very beautiful. Why? Because an average look of a woman is very attractive. Okay. So after the Swati Nakshatra, we have Anuradha Nakshatra, which is owned by Saturn, and it is placed in Scorpio. Scorpio is owned by Mars. Saturn is owned by Anuradha is owned by Saturn. See, totally opposite planets. Totally opposite planets. Okay. So if you see, normally they would be having a very beautiful face. Okay, but their eyes would be their eyes would be a center of attraction. They can have a very beautiful eyes, and they would pull the point of attraction would be eyes. In complete face, the point of attraction would be eyes. Okay. With eyes, they can pull anyone. Okay. Eyes would be the most beautiful part of the body. Apart from eyes, they would be having with some malefic influence in their face. Okay, so either their teeth are wrongly placed. Okay, or they would be having some deformity on their face. Okay, any kind of deformity, acquired deformity or from birth deformity, but they would be having some kind of deformity in their face. Apart from that, they would also have this kind of cruel smile. If they want to give that cruel smile, they are very good at giving the cruel smile. Right? But if the woman is there, woman of Anuradha Nakshatra ascendant, they would be having a very good waist. Waist curve would be very good. Okay. So if you see, I had a very roundly placed teeth. See, even these teeth I have corrected because my birth teeth are very bad. Yeah, they were like this. Yeah. Like this teeth or like this. Okay, nobody likes to watch this kind of teeth. Okay. So this Anuradha Nakshatra gives a malefic influence on the face. Okay, see if you see the person is having very odd teeth, if they are having any kind of malefic, deformity on their face, okay, if the teeth are very badly placed, if they are having problem in their ears or eyebrows or eyes, okay, then it is peculiarly a case of Anuradha Nakshatra. My own ascendant is Anuradha Nakshatra. That is why I had a very problem with dentists and teeth, and like half of my life I have had teeth problems in my life. And see, even after this accident, my nose is still slightly curved. Okay. So this nakshatra gives an ability of a deformed face, but still the center of attraction will always be the eyes. Okay. See, I will not have to say anything about it. Touch wood. And next nakshatra is Jyeshtha. Jyeshtha, which means eldest. Jyeshtha nakshatra. It is also in Saturn. It is also in Scorpio, and it is ruled by Scorpio is ruled by Mars, but Jyeshtha is ruled by Mercury. So Mercury and Mars again giving Shatrugna Yoga, which is going to give a very, very healthy body, a body with very good stamina, a body with very good shoulders, very big chest. Okay, and they would be having some gaps in their teeth. Okay, if you see a person with gaps in their teeth, they would certainly be of Jyeshtha nakshatra ascendant lord. Okay. Either over here, lower teeth or upper teeth. I am not saying the teeth would be deformed. They would be having some gap in their teeth, not broken also, gap. Okay, and or if the teeth is very bulging out, like a Bugs Bunny. Okay, big teeth which are bulging out. Okay, that can also be a Jyeshtha. Women can have curly hairs and broad face, which is square or rectangle, not oblong or triangular. Square or rectangle, not oblong or triangular. Okay, and the height would be obviously very tall. Tall-heighted people, Jyeshtha nakshatra, are very tall. The tallest of all nakshatra. If you see very tall people, it is possible they are of Jyeshtha nakshatra ascendant. So after Jyeshtha nakshatra comes Moola nakshatra. Moola nakshatra is owned by Ketu in the zodiac of Sagittarius. Now see, again Ketu is the lower half of the body, so it is going to make the lower half of the body very good. And who is the lord of Jupiter? Who is the lord of Sagittarius? It's Jupiter. So see, you would be having a very good stomach belly. Your navel would be very good. Okay, your waist would be very good. And apart from that, they would be having very beautiful hands. Okay, because Ketu is also about hands. Everything below the neck is Ketu. So hands. They would be very good at dancing. Okay, they would be having these dancing skills. All types of dancing skills. Okay. Women are very, very, very beautiful of Sagittarius ascendant, especially of this nakshatra. And if you talk about men are average looking, but both of them would be having very good nose. Noses would be very, very, very thin, slim, and good looking. Okay. No big nose, no big nostrils. Okay, short, sweet, healthy nose. Okay. Apart from that, we can also say that they have this long, attractive physical features which can attract people. But their color choice is not very, very bright color. Okay, they won't wear very bright color. They would wear nominal colors. Okay, like average dark colors, or they love wearing dark colors actually. Dark colors, but not dull colors, but not very bright colors. Okay, dark or sometimes dull, but not very bright. Okay. So next is Purvashad nakshatra, which is owned by Venus, and it is also in the Sagittarius zodiac, which is owned by Jupiter. Again, the conflicting energy of Jupiter and Venus. First of all, these people would be having gas problem in their body. The farting people, we want to always wonder who farted. Is there any Purvashada person over here? Yes, you farted. Okay. So they have a very gas tendency in the body if the Lagna Lord or Lagna Nakshatra is Purvashada. Next, they would be having a very tall body and a very long ears. Okay, this time I am saying very long ears. So the length of the ears will be long. not saying this outside. It won't be like this. Not like Amir Khan. No. Tall ears, like Ganesha. Very, very tall ears. And tall body, attractive physics, beautiful eyes, narrow waist. And apart from this, you can also see that they are having this brown color hair or brown color eyes. If the eyes are brown color, eyeballs I mean, it is possible they are of Purvashara. After this comes Uttarshara Nakshatra. What is Uttarshara? Uttar means up, Shara stairs going up. Uttarshara Nakshatra. So first thing you will notice about this person is they are never looking down and walking. They are always looking with neck up. Okay, they are walking like this. Neck is always up. Neck is not like this 90 degree, anywhere above 90 degree. Okay, they are walking like this with a neck very high because their tendency is to going up. Uttarshara Nakshatra. Come on, very easy to identify. So people with Uttarshara Nakshatra, which is owned by Sun. Okay, the another thing over here is they are owned. The Uttarshara Nakshatra is owned by Sun, which means Sun is authority. That is why they are always looking up. They are egocentric people, so they are looking up. And just because it is owned by Sun, it is very, very possible that the body complexion might be a bit dark. Okay, bit dark. I am not saying always dark, a bit dark, because here it is conjoined with Sagittarius. And half nakshatra is in Capricorn, which is owned by Jupiter. So if you see over here, they will be having this tall figure, broad head. The head would be very broad. It is possible they have this triangular face. Okay, triangular, not oblong, triangular, because the face is broad. The chin is not yet broad, so it is not square. It is triangular. Long nose. The eyes are very bright, okay, and eyes are also charming and graceful. Grace, they are in grace. Okay. See, Vishakha, Anuradha Nakshatra, eyes are very, what do you say, attractive. Okay, you can call my eyes attractive, but you can't call my eyes graceful because they are narrow eyes. Graceful eyes are not narrow eyes; they show grace. Okay, my eyes are speculating eyes. Okay, noticing eyes. The graceful eyes are something which appear very graceful. Okay, they are like very big eyes, not very big, not very small, not narrow, round eyes. But the eyeball is not coming out. Okay, આખું બહાર નીકળી જાય એવી નહીં. And females may not have beautiful hairs in this. Okay, because there is some hair problems over here. The Sun and Jupiter conjunction is going to give more energy below the body and less energy in the squamous gland and the hair. That is why hairs would not grow very big. Okay, so I feel sorry. What else I can say? So hairs would not grow very big, but yes, you would have moderate amount of hairs. Even the thickness of hairs would be moderate. Next, coming to the 27th nakshatra, which is Shravana nakshatra. Shravana nakshatra is owned by Moon and it is in the sign of Capricorn. Now if you see, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, Shravana nakshatra is of Moon. First of all, this person is definitely going to have patches in their skin. Okay, somewhere. Or you can say lakhas or black patches, birthmarks, big birthmarks. Okay. They might be having this spots of hair somewhere in their body. Okay. In future, they also have this disease of white spots. Okay. This is a not very good sign for skin. Okay. They might be having some skin problems in their body. But yes, if you drink water and pure water, it is possibly you can avoid it in the future. Okay, always drink pure water. And they would be having this small height, but their features would be attractive. The height would be very small, but the features would be attractive. The face would be somewhere between square and triangular. Somewhere between square and triangular. Okay, not rectangle. Between square and triangular. Their nose would be very good. Their eyebrows are very good. If you see a person with very good eyebrows, distinctive eyebrows, okay, it is the Shravana nakshatra ascendant. Okay. And females will have a prominent nose, and again there can be a distance between the teeth. Okay, and the chin can be broad chin like this. Okay. Next is Dhanish Nakshatra, which is ruled by Mars, and it is in the sign of Capricorn and Aquarius. Both the signs are rulers of Saturn, but Dhanish is the ruler of Mars. See again, opposition, just like Anuradha Nakshatra. This is also an opposition, Dhanish Nakshatra, ruled by Mars, but sitting in Saturn, lordship of Saturn. So they would be having this lean body because the Mars is giving heat, and that figure will be very lethargic and lengthy. Okay, they would be having this slouching posture sometimes. Their posture might go slouching, and females are very good looking, but males are not very good looking because it gives handsome look to females, and it is going to make a male beautiful. I mean, the feature of a male would be more of a woman, and feature of a woman would be more of a male, and not in the characteristics, but in the body. Okay, so you see, if a person is not having very beard and they're very chocolatey type boys, and like, see, what you see in this traditional today's term, nibas. You see any nibas, chapri nibas over here. And especially if they are very like kind of feminine in nature, they have this lack of beard, okay, and they look like a female. Okay, the feminine characteristics are very very big in their body. And if you see a female having masculine characteristics like a very broad shoulders, okay, and very prominent face, and big calves and big thighs, and okay, so if the masculine characteristics is very much greater in the female, and feminine characteristics is very greater in male, then the ascendant nakshatra can be Dhanishta Nakshatra. Okay. After Ganesh comes Shatavisha Nakshatra. Shatavisha Nakshatra is ruled by Rahu, and it is placed in the Aquarius sign, which is ruled by Saturn. Very good nakshatra, because Rahu and Saturn gives very good results. Okay, Rahu is making your face very attractive. Saturn is making your waist very attractive. Okay, so your waist and your face both are very attractive. Plus, you would have very wide forehead. Your eyes would be very prominent. Your nose would be very big. Okay, and you would be this empathetic person also. If the Saturn is in retrograde, you would have this fleshy nose. If the Saturn is not in retrograde, you would have the lean equilinear nose. Okay, and their abdomen would be bulged. Okay, so they would be having this belly. If not a very big belly fat, but they would be having a bit of a small belly. And they would be very well dressed up, very well. They would be wearing some short ties. Okay, they are dressing freaks. Okay, they always want to dress up cool. I'm not saying cool. Cool was a very bad word. Not bad, but not appropriate word. Not cool. Elegant and graceful. They always want to act elegant and graceful. Like they want to be aristocrats. So they prefer that kind of aristocrat look, and you can see that aristocratic face and features into them. After that, plus they would be having fleshy lips. Okay, the lips would be very big and fleshy. Next is Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, ruled by Jupiter in Aquarius and Pisces, ruled by Saturn. So Purva Bhadrapada is ruled by Jupiter in Aquarius, and if it is in Pisces, it is ruled by Saturn. Now see, the basic lord of Aquarius is Saturn. A Jupiterian nakshatra in Saturn is giving very good features. It is giving you all good features or all bad features. Either you are perfect or either you are worst. And if you see in Pisces, it is ruled again by Saturn, which is a lordship of Jupiter. So again the same thing. So either you will be a very worst looking person or either you will be the best looking person. Right? So the body tendency will be medium sized. Okay, they would neither be very tall or neither be very short. Plus it is also possible that they have broad cheeks, and with broad cheeks with flashy lips, and broad cheeks and flashy lips. In the previous one, lips were flashy but cheeks were not broad. Okay, over here the cheeks are broad and the lips are flashy. Okay. And females would be average, neither very fat nor very slim, average body. Fat buildup is average. Everywhere the fat will be equally distributed. Now talking about the next nakshatra is Uttar Bhadrapada nakshatra. And Uttar Bhadrapada nakshatra is governed by Saturn in Pisces. Again, the lordship is of Saturn, and where it is sitting in the Pisces, which is lord by Jupiter. So first of all, it will affect your belly fat and your waist. So these people are going to have a very big waist and pelvis region. They might be having a very big belly, okay, and very big butt, okay, a round butt, okay, big butt, okay. I'm not going to speak more about butt over here, but a round or a big butt is a significator that the person is born in Pisces ascendant with either Uttar Bhadrapada, possibility of Uttar Bhadrapada. And they are very attractive and innocent looking. I'm again telling you, innocent looking. They are not innocent, they are looking innocent. Jupiter is making them look innocent as a Pisces lord. But the internal characteristics of the nakshatra is Saturn, dark. Okay, so they are dark from inside but innocent from outside. Plus, they would be having this magnetically attractive force in their body. They would magnetically attract anyone towards them. And even a small smile is very attractive. Okay, they don't smile very large. Even they smile very small, they look very attractive. Okay, the smile is very attractive of such person. Very, very attractive smile. Very attractive. And females would be having a medium height, but as I said, the butts would be very big, and they would have a medium height, with a medium height and a magnetically attractive force. Okay, dark from inside, innocent looking from outside. But their eyes would be suddenly uneven eyes, as I said, uneven eyes last time. For uneven eyes description, please look at the first and second part. And the last nakshatra is the Pisces nakshatra of Revati. Revati nakshatra is ruled by Mercury and Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Now see, Mercury and Jupiter, they are giving you mixed result. Okay, they are giving you mixed result. First of all, you would be averagely built body. The physique of the body would be flashy, okay, like kind of chubby, okay, soft flash, okay. And with soft flash, you would be having moderate height, and complexion would be also very moderate. Females are very beautiful, but males are not very beautiful. I don't know why. Because I guess certainly because the Pisces is the sign of female, so females of this Revati nakshatra are good looking, but males of this ascendant Revati nakshatra are not very good looking. But if you see, the personality is very good of the male, and female, even though having beautiful looks, they are not having very good personality. So the looks will be good, but the personality will not be good. Okay, so that is the difference. Personality is not good, but looks are good. In the opposite case, the personality is good and looks are not good. So this is the case of Mercury Jupiter. So this was the basic idea of all types of nakshatras and their outlooks. Okay. So if with each nakshatra in the ascendant lord, you can know which type of person it can be. Okay, now if you want to predict, if somebody doesn't know the exact birth time, okay, they might know that they are born in the daytime and not in the night time. So if you want to see what is the ascendant lord, okay, then you have to see the chart differently. Get the birth date, they don't know the time. Okay, so if they don't know the time, what you do is you see the characteristics of that person. Now, looking at the characteristics of that person, now you have to judge what is the time, because in 1.5 hours the ascendant will change. Okay. So let's say from morning 8 a.m. from morning 6 a.m. to afternoon 3 p.m. there are kind of 6 to 7, 8, 30, 9, 30, 10, 10 to 11:30, 11:32, 12, 30 and 1, 2, 2:30, 2:32, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 possibilities. So the person is going to have 7 possibilities if you don't know the time, but you know that the person is born between 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, so now you have 7 possibilities. So check all the 7 possibilities. Put 7 dates one by one, and check what all nakshatras come in the lagna. And see, compare the feature of that person with the nakshatra lord. And the best matching feature of their body, of their face, and the nakshatra lord is matching, that is the time. Okay. So if you don't know the time of the person, this is how you can catch the time of the person. Now if you have the photo of the person, you have the photo of the person, but you don't know the time of the person. You just have the photo and the time, birth date. You have the birth date of the person and the photo of the person. From that, you can accurately calculate the birth time. Okay. Because now I have told you which nakshatra in ascendant would give what kind of physics. Okay. Which nakshatra in ascendant is giving what kind of physics, what kind of facial features, what kind of fat distribution and everything. So what happened is, now you know somebody's birth date, but you don't know the birth time. So check the birth date. Go open the Kundalini chart of that day. See from morning to night how many nakshatras are changing. Okay, if there is a change of 14 nakshatras, compare the characteristics of 14 nakshatras as I told in this video with that person, and wherever the person is matching in whichever nakshatra, in that particular 1.5 hour interval that person is born. Now put that time and you will have the accurate time of that person. Okay. So this face reading was also necessary to understand and know the time of a person if that person is not giving you the time of the birth. Okay, and if you don't have the time of birth of any particular person, and if you want to find out what nakshatra is in the ascendant, and you can compare it, the features of the nakshatra with the features of the person and the body, and then you can add that time in the chart and you will find the exact birth chart of that person. Okay. So this was about face reading and nakshatras reading the face. In the next video I am going to give you a small detail about advanced face reading. If you want to read confidence, if you want to read friendliness, if you want to read open-mindedness, I will tell you this in the next video. This video is enough longer, but the main agenda in this video was clear. I wanted to give you an outlook that if you don't know the time of the person, you can see all the characteristics of the person and know on what time the person is born, around what hour the person is born. Okay. But for that you must have the date of birth. With date of birth, you can see on the particular day. Suppose I tell you that I am born on 17th October. Okay, so I give you the date of birth 17th October, but I don't give you the time of birth. So what I will do, I will see the date. I will open the chart of 17th October in the morning 6 p.m. and see the first ascendant was Chitra Nakshatra. Okay. Then I will open the chart of 17th October night 11:30 p.m. Okay, then I will see what was the ascendant. Ascendant was Revati Nakshatra. Okay, consider not even Revati, consider it like Uttarashada Nakshatra. Okay, so I have to check from Chitra to Uttarashada. Chitra Nakshatra, Swati Nakshatra, Anuradha Nakshatra. मूल नक्षत्र, उत्तरश्राद्ध नक्षत्र, पूर्वषाढ़ नक्षत्र, उत्तर भद्रपाद नक्षत्र, पूर्व भद्रपाद नक्षत्र. Okay, so within this range I would find the exact characteristics of that person's build up phase into one nakshatra, and that 1.5 period time would be the time of birth of that person. Okay, so this is also a trick to find out the time of birth of a person. If you don't know the time of birth of the person, simple, short, and a bit of time consuming, but a very accurate Mercury trick. So thank you very much. We'll come next again, and I'm going to describe a short video after this about some easy face reading skills, but I may upload it tomorrow. Took me too long. So thank you very much. After this we are making another playlist of planets in different houses. Stay connected. Subscribe to my channel. If you want any readings, contact Vedic Vidala. Thank you.